So we're gonna work on adding the lines to our flag today. So if you notice, my paper is turned, so it's almost like a W is kind of got chopped off a little bit. So you wanna make sure that your paper is also turned the same way. We'll write our name on it later on, but you need to you're gonna follow me. Today's gonna be I draw, you draw. Literally, I'm gonna lead you through the whole thing and it's super easy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of think of these as shapes, and we're gonna start in the left-hand shape, which you notice is obviously bigger than this shape over here. So you should have, it's probably one of the bigger shapes on this side of your paper. That's where we're gonna start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the middle of this shape, and I'm gonna kind of put my finger there. I'm always going to be drawing curved, almost kind of like rainbow lines or upside down rainbow lines today, but they're not going to be super like crazy curved. They're just going to be slightly curved. So I'm going to kind of find that point right there. I'm going to make a curved line like this that stops where it gets to that line, and it starts on the other side. Now I'm going to leave a little space, and I'm going to do a line above it. So see how there's space between? So that's gonna be kind of the good spatial distance from now on. Now I'm gonna look at this, and I'm gonna look at the bottom of my paper. I'm gonna find the middle point here, and I'm gonna add another curved line. It should also follow the curved lines above and below it. So we're always following in each one of our strips. Now, this is too thick according to these, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add a curved line above, and then I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna add a curved line below, okay? So, sorry about that. So now I've got 5 curved lines, okay? Now, we're gonna go to the other shape, but my curved lines now have to curve the other direction. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna curve it the other direction. So I'm gonna come where the line, it hits that other line, the curved line hits the straight line or diagonal line, and I'm gonna curve it in this direction. I'm looking at the line above it because I'm trying to follow, right? Okay, so now do you see how there's a little bit more space here than there is here? It's fine, don't worry about that. But we also have these spaces up here that we need to add a line or two. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a little space, I'm gonna add a curved line, and then I'm gonna come in the middle here and I'm gonna add another curved line. So that's just 2. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from this point on, I should have 7 lines on each one of my parts of my flag. This is the easy part, okay? Now we don't wanna go too fast. That doesn't mean that we're rushing through. But now what I'm gonna do is connect these 2 lines with a line that goes the opposite direction. So I'm gonna curve it up, and I'm following, curve it up, curve it up, up, up. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm this shape. It should be curving down. That's right. So we're going in the opposite direction. So now I'm going to curve it down. So really the first line kind of sets the precedent for all the lines underneath it, because now I have to follow this line. So it's going to curve down. Curve down. Notice I always stop, so I'm not passing that line. Okay, now I'm on my last section. All these are gonna curve up because they're opposite of this. So I'm gonna curve up, up. Okay. Now, we've got our whole flag done, except we forgot our stars. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to, and if you need to pause the video for a minute, that's totally fine. But I'm gonna zoom in on the area here because this should be where my stars go, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pencil, so I'm gonna switch back to pencil. I'm gonna do 3 stars. I'm gonna do 3 rows of 3 stars just to make it simple. So if you've never done a star before, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do an upside down V, okay? Then you're gonna go across and divide that line in half. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side, cross, divide this line in half, and then you're gonna connect the top of those 2 together, okay? So again, upside down V, diagonal line to divide that line on the left in half, diagonal line to divide this guy in half, and then we're gonna connect at the top, okay? So once you start getting the habit of it, you can actually do it like I'm doing it and do it a little bit faster. But I just showed you the easy way to do it. So notice I said 3 rows of 3. That's all I'm gonna focus on and add for today. Now, when I do my Sharpie, I'm not gonna follow all the lines. I'm only gonna follow the contour or the silhouette. We've been talking about that in 3rd grade. That's the outside shape of the star. And then the part that we don't actually outline, we are gonna have to erase that part when we're done. But that should be super, super fast and easy.